Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Frosty here with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself, and I'm sorry for no uploads for the past 2 days. It's because one, I was celebrating my mom's birthday on one of those days, and the second day, I was not home at all. I was buying fireworks and doing other things. So that's my bad, guys. Next time I have something come up on a day like that, you will have a video regardless. But anyways, this story time is about my favorite teacher who's a little bit crazy, but anyways, let's hop right into the story time. This story starts as a normal day during my senior year in high school, towards the beginning of school, like the end of the first quarter, so still beginning of the school year. And I wake up in the morning, I get up for school, and I put on something nice. I don't eat. I didn't eat throughout high school in the mornings, which was weird. Sometimes I did at school when I got there. Then I wait outside for the bus. But fast forward, and I'm at school and I'm going about my classes. As usual, I'm just going along and doing my work, bored as hell as usual. But fast forward to fourth period, and this was my favorite class because of the teacher was dope as hell. He had really cool teaching techniques and just overall the best teacher that my school offered. It was fucking dope. This teacher was awesome, and everything he taught me stuck with me. He was an AP teacher, and I love this guy to this day. And this was an English class, and usually English sucked dick for me, even though it's my first language. But anyways, I get into class, and usually I was one of the first people in there with my best friend because we have most of the same classes. And the teacher usually chilled in the hall for like the first 10 minutes of class after the bell had went off. And this goes on as usual, and he comes in and he's like, all right, guys, time to switch seats, which this was pretty normal. He would randomize our seats every week, which was cool because I was basically cool with everyone. I was friends with everyone in class except for one kid that he was like a gangbanger kid that had the fucking worst breath that I've ever smelt. But that's beside the point. I happened to get my best friend right next to me, which was dope as fuck. But something weird, the teacher is just like, this day, just like sitting there, not really saying anything. I thought bro was gonna turn into the quiet kid really quick and put my name on the fucking list. But this was weird because this teacher was usually like filled with a shit ton of energy and just really fun to be around. But he was being quiet as fuck this day, which was weird. And I was like, probably an off day or something because he was an older teacher and he had these quite often. And this was also his last year of teaching, he had said, all last year and the beginning of this year. But one of the kids in our class go over to the teacher's backpack and he grabs something out of it, and the teacher gave a fucking dirty look at this, and he was just like shaking his head. But the thing he grabbed out of the backpack was a fucking yo-yo, and the teacher gets up and starts flipping his fucking shit, and he's yelling, he's like, why don't you fucking keep it then? Fucking keep your toy then. Since you're a kid and I'm a grown-ass man, I can't have anything to my fucking self. And then he grabs the cup of pencils that he has on his desk and fucking launches this thing at the wall super fucking hard, and everything goes flying out of the cup. The cup breaks, and now everyone is fucking freaked out in class because like, what the fuck happened? And then I don't know what the fucking pencil sharpener did to this man, but he fucking went to the pencil sharpener and punched the fuck out of it like it fucking owed him money or something. And then this man goes storming off into the hall, and he slams the door, and he went probably to his wife's class because they worked at the same school to go chill out and hang out for a little bit and fucking gather his marbles that he just fucking lost. But now everyone in class is like, what the fuck just happened to us? Like, that shit was straight out of a fucking movie. Like, what? And then the kid at the yo-yo is like, I always get his yo-yo. I don't know why he got so mad today. But also at the same time, like, fucking ask before you take shit out of people's fucking backpacks. And number two, don't fucking freak out. It's a fucking kid's toy. It's a fucking yo-yo. But everyone is still trying to find out what the fuck just happened, and we're just sitting in silence, and the teacher eventually comes back in class. There's like 10 minutes left in class. He's not talking to us at all. He's just pure out fucking ignoring us, and he's on his phone, which is weird because he fucking hated phones. But he literally just sat in the rest of the class and ignored us. And we went about our day, which was lunch the next period, and we had asked a couple friends that have his class earlier in the day, was like, yo, was this teacher weird today? And they were like, nah, he was fine. And that was fucking weird to us because, like, he would always say our class was the favorite class or, like, most enjoyable, even though we put him through a lot of bullshit, I'm gonna be honest. But the easiest to teach, he would always say. But they could be a fucking fluke. He could have been lying to us. But I went about my day, so did my friends, and then I went home The next day comes around. I walk into this fucking guy's class thinking everything was gonna be fine. Little did we know he was still a pussy and still hurt about yesterday. And he tells us that he's done teaching us, specifically our class, and then fucking ignored us for the rest of the class again and for the rest of the week. Which was also weird. And at lunch, we would ask our people that fucking had his class again. We'd be like, "Yo, is he being weird with you guys?" He's literally ignoring us, and they'd be like, "Nah, he's fine with us." So like this guy fucking hated our class. But we fucking literally in class just talked to each other and fucked around basically this whole entire time because this guy was fucking freaking out still, having a mental breakdown. But after that week, he was fine and came into class as normal, and he apologized for his actions, fucking going ballistic in class. And he also talked about the yo-yo kid, and he was like, "Fucking ask me next time you take shit out of my backpack." And then he told us what was going on, which we already knew, that he was getting tired of teaching and he's getting old and a lot of that stuff. And yeah, everything pretty much went back to normal for the most part. He had a couple more freakouts throughout the year, but they weren't nearly as bad as this one. And yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up today's story time, which is a little bit of a smaller one, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, drop a like on the video. The moral of today's story is 1, don't just take shit without asking, and 2, fucking teach your class if you're a teacher. I understand it's a really hard job because you have to deal with dickheads like me and the fucking yo-yo kid, but show up professionally. It's a fucking professional job. Anyways, later guys, stay frosty.